Everyone, Brent with BC Does back again with hopefully another watchable video. Anyway, the support's been really good on the channel. I really appreciate it. We're up to 37 subscribers now, which isn't bad considering we've had the channel now, I think, for like 32 days. It's been really good, and I really appreciate it. This has been very therapeutic for me. I didn't think that doing this would be a form of therapy for me, but hey, man, whatever works, works, right? Anyhow, I got a video, or posted a video from, I guess like 3 videos ago when my father-in-law called me. I was working and he's like, hey, you got to get over here. He knows I'm always looking for vinyl, old rock records, which seem to be hard to find unless people want top dollar for them. And he said, you got to get over here. The guy's having a garage sale. So I went over there, and sure enough, the guy had a ton of records. Not all was rock. He had country and Motown and some rock mixed in. He's selling for a really good price. And I was able to jump on about 20 albums, and I did that video, like I said, 3 or 4 videos ago. Now, I did pull him off to the side and said, hey, Al, do you have anything you don't really, the guy's name is Al, by the way, that you don't really have out here that you'd be looking to get rid of? Because I'm in the market to buy some original rock vinyl. And he said, sure, and he gave me his number, and I didn't think too much about it. Well, he texted me yesterday, and I reached out to him today. I just got back from his house, thumbing through some records, and had a really enjoyable conversation. He's in his 70s. He's just a cool older fella, and had a really enjoyable conversation with Al, and was able to pick up 15 new albums that I think you guys and girls would really enjoy. And got them for a great price. And so in this video, we'll go over the albums that I picked up, and this is obviously new vinyl pickups. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first one that I was able to get from him, and sorry about the glare, folks, is ELO. You know, this is still, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just great copy. Still got the seal on it. Now, the seal's broken, of course, but still has the plastic wrap, still has the sticker. I guess wasn't selling that good back in the day, so they put a new low price on there. Well, I got it for a really good low price. And, you know, side note, all these records are in fantastic condition. There's no scrapes, cuts. They're in their jackets. A couple of jackets I noticed aren't original, but they're still in their jackets. ELO, A New World Record is the name of the album. Put it in a few minutes ago, let it spin. Pretty decent record. Saw this, had to grab it. I'm a big fan of this artist. This is Joe Cocker, and it's got a little bit of water damage on there, but other than that, the record's in fantastic shape. Yeah, Joe Cocker, man. I mean, one of the quotes on the back of this album, and I'll just read it, is Cocker's affection for rock is uniquely personalized. He is a gruff and vulgar, perhaps a touch too self-involved, but his steady strength rectifies his excesses. He is the best of the male rock interpreters, as good in his way as Janis Joplin was in hers. Yeah, man, gotta agree. Love. That was a review from the New York Times from 1970. I think it's 76. Love Joe Cocker, love what he does, got an amazing voice, was able to get that for a great price. Saw this, had to pick it up. Obviously, now he had a, I'm not a millionaire, obviously, so I couldn't just buy everything the guy had. I wanted to. He probably had like 75 that he picked out that he thought I would like. And I picked through those and was able to get these 15 at a reasonable price and something I could afford. This is The Who. It's Hard. Just a great record. I mean, hard rock record, The Who. I mean, who doesn't know The Who? It's from 1982. I mean, yeah, man. Record's in great condition. It's Hard. The Who. I mean, look at this copy. I mean, there's no ring wear. I mean, it's got a little bit of whitening there, but I mean, overall, a really great copy for an album that's 42 years old. I mean, this thing was bought 42 years ago and just in immaculate shape. I'm just a sucker for that stuff, man. It's funny, when I got over to Al's, he was like, check this out. He put something on, and it was a song I recognized, and it sounded great. And he's like, that's my 8-track. I bought this 8-track in 1972. And I was like, man, it sounds great. I love it. So people that know me personally, I just have an affinity for the way things were. And like talking to him and how hard he worked in the coal mines. And he was just telling me about it. And I just couldn't imagine doing that stuff that those guys had to do back in those days to bring us electricity and everything else. Just a cool experience. Another record, man, I love this band. Edgar Winter Group, White Trash. Love everything they do. It's got a little bit of ring wear, but for the most part, I mean, for a white album cover, I mean, just fantastic, fantastic shape. I mean, this guy must have had these things just fantastic shape. 1977. So 1980 would have been 44 years ago. So this, I mean, folks, this is almost 50 years old. Golly, I'm getting old. Whew. Anyway, check this out. Van Halen, Women and Children First. I'm sure it's not a first pressing, but it is an original, 1980, 44-year-old album, Van Halen. You can't go wrong with Van Halen. I mean, good Lord. I mean, Van Halen. Now this one obviously got abused a little bit and got played quite a bit. Slid in and slid out of the old cabinet. But this is Van Halen, Van Halen. It's got some ring wear, but for the most part, it's in really great shape. See if it's got the original. Yeah. And let's see the record. I mean, just in immaculate condition. It's like they never played these albums. Just crazy, crazy fine. And I'm not gonna say, in respect to Al, how much I paid for these albums, but let's just say it was not a lot. I'm just super blessed to have met Al and get these records from him. I mean, I would have spent, if I went to a record store on these, I probably would have spent, you figure minimum $20 a piece for these. Minimum, some of them in the 40s, 50s. I mean, that Van Halen probably go for about $40 in a record store. I probably would have spent almost $200 on these. Southern Rock, if you're out there and you're listening, I got something for you. 38 Special. Everybody knows, hold on loosely and don't let go. Yeah, man, 38 Special, Donnie Van Zant, brother of Ronnie Van Zant. Just once again, when did this come out? Yeah, 1980. 44 years old. Just a tiny bit of ring. It's in great condition for 44 years old. I mean, that album is in better condition than me. I'm 44. Love this guy. I mentioned in a previous video, I'm not a big fan of the horn. Well, the horn in music, and I was referring to a Chicago album. They have a lot of trumpet and stuff and saxophone. Not a big Kenny G guy. But this band, I'll make an exception for because they use it so well. And this is Aja, Steely Dan. And for a solid black album cover, I mean, got a little bit of ring wear there, but Deacon Blues. Steely Dan's got a ton of great songs. I'm sure everybody's familiar with Steely Dan. And he had, man, I had to pick and choose because I am on a budget. He had 5 or 6 Steely Dan albums. I'll probably go back and get the rest of them from him if he still got them. Because unfortunately, it'd be a lot cheaper for me to go buy a Steely Dan Greatest Hits CD or something like that to get all my favorite Steely Dan songs. But Deacon Blues is one of my favorite songs, so I picked that up on this for this album is Deacon Blues. Love that tune. I don't like the nod to, they call Alabama the Crimson Tide on there, you know, because I'm an Auburn fan, but I'll let it slide. Not a huge fan of this particular artist, but it was there and it was in a good, clean copy, so I picked it up. Ted Nugent, Free for All. Yeah. 1976. So, what math? 40. So 80 would be 44 years. So 76. Yeah, 48 years old. 48 years old. This album. Great shape. Unbelievable. What an awesome, amazing find. I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I always forget to mention that, and I'm sorry, man. But yeah, and it's my relationship with people that I have found in this community that allows me to stumble upon deals like this and being authentic with people. And I told Al, I was like, Al, I appreciate music. I'm not buying these albums from you and then going to turn around and go home and put them on eBay and sell them for, the market price. I'm going to take these home and I'm going to put them in my record player and I'm going to listen to them. And that's why I want them. And I think he appreciates that. And that's why he gave them to me at a good deal. I think, let me look. Yeah, this is all these next, I think 5 albums are all from the same artist. I picked them up. I'm a fan of this artist, and he had 5. I don't know if this is all 5 of their albums, but you guys let me know down in the comments below. Thin Lizzy, Fighting. Great record. Really love the album art here. Now this one has a little bit of whitening, but this is Thin Lizzy, Johnny the Fox. You can see there's a little bit of ring wear there, but the back's got a little bit there, but the back's in really good shape. Thin Lizzy, Johnny the Fox. Another Thin Lizzy, Bad Reputation. Really think this is some really cool album art. This one has some ring wear on it, but look at that panther, man. That's so cool. And the cartoonish, skyline in the back with the full moon. Love it. This is Thin Lizzy, Nightlife. And certainly last but not least, and this one's, the album jacket's in the worst condition, but the album itself is in great condition. And this is Thin Lizzy, Jailbreak. How cool is that album art? Thin Lizzy, Jailbreak. Let's take a look inside. I mean, look at the condition, folks. I mean, for an album that's almost 50 years old, you can't go wrong. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna pop one of these Thin Lizzy albums in as soon as we get done with this video. Really appreciate you guys continuing to support and watch the channel. It's been fun for me. I mentioned a few times, I'm not trying to get, pigeonholed into music review channel or whatever, but it's something I know a lot about, or at least enough about to talk about comfortably on camera. And it's something that I can afford, to go out and bring content to you folks with, for you folks right now. And I know there are a lot of music lovers out there on YouTube, and a lot of people and Gen Xers and earlier than that can appreciate the nostalgia like I do. And that's the community that I want to build. And I need you guys and girls to comment down below and help me to build this community. And I promise if you comment down below, I will comment right back to you. I read each and every single comment, and if you comment, I will comment back. And let's talk about, this record collecting. Let's talk about music from the 90s, great artists from the 90s that that when you hear it, it brings you back to a certain time and place. That's the kind of community that I want to build on this channel. Also, the gaming community. I'm not quote unquote a gaming nerd, you know, all out gaming nerd, and I don't mean that in any disrespect whatsoever. I don't know the most about it, but I do like retro video games. My son, and he's been on the channel quite a few times. He's the modern guy. He'd be the one to ask about that. I know I haven't done a lot of walk and talks lately. I need to pick that back up. My knee is feeling almost, I'm about at 80% with my knee. So looking forward to doing that, and just, you know, I was able to get my first interview done with the guy from Cyber Stage Video Games. Go back and check that out on the channel. The sound quality's not great, but I did, what do you call that? I did text caption over the whole thing so you can at least read what we're saying and what we're talking about there. Gonna reach out to probably tomorrow to a couple of other people. Maybe I'll sit down with George or not George, but Al, who I bought these records from today, and interview that guy. If that's something you guys would be interested in, let me know. Listen, if you don't mind, and if you found this video watchable, please leave a like. Turn the bell notifications on. I'll post a new video almost every single day, if not at least every other day. It really helps me out, and it really would help me to bring you guys more great content. Anyhow, thanks for watching. See you next time.